Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Dream Life Foundation. I'm super excited to be here and I'm happy to talk about today's topic, which is how you can discover your life purpose. Now, what is a life purpose exactly? So a life purpose is basically a statement that is the blueprint for your life. So why do you need to have a life purpose? Have you ever been in the state where you're just so stuck, lost, and confused, and you just have no idea what to do with your life? I know that's happened with me a lot of times, and I just get even more confused because I'm one of those people who is like a jack of all trades, and I have so many interests, so I get pulled in so many different directions. Now, this can lead to a lot of frustration, and it's unnecessary, and this is why it's really important to have a life purpose. Napoleon Hill said, "Until a man selects a definite purpose in life, he dissipates his energies and spreads his thoughts over so many subjects and in so many different directions that they lead not to power but to indecision and weakness." And I totally agree with this statement and quote, because for a lot of my life when I was in that place of confusion and feeling lost, I just didn't have any idea of what I wanted to do with my life. And I think it's really important for all of us to determine what it is that we really want to do with our life and how we can contribute back to the world and how we can create meaning as well as fulfillment within our life. When you live your life on purpose, you will be doing the things that make you truly happy and that you're passionate about. And this is why it's so important to have a life purpose. So how can we approach this challenging topic? Well, I'm here to assist and guide you guys through this process. This was a life-changing process for me. Once I identified my life purpose, I started to work towards that goal, and here I am today, a life coach, hypnotherapist, as well as author. So some questions to get you started. The first thing you want to evaluate is your values. So what are the most important things in your life? What do you truly value? A value is something that you live your life according to. So for me, for example, I value independence. I value contribution. And these are all things that, help me determine what my life purpose is. When you honor your personal values, you'll feel fulfilled in all areas of your life. However, if you're living a life not according to your values, you might feel discontent with everything that is going on in life. And so it's good to identify your top values. So go ahead and just write down maybe 3 to 5 values that you have in your current life right now. Next is, what are your strengths? Now, I know a lot of you are probably like, I don't know what my strengths are. I probably don't have any. I definitely was like that when I first did this exercise, where I was like, gee, I don't know, what am I really good at? I've never really seen myself as someone who's like a leader or, someone who can create a lot. So a great way to challenge this exercise is you can ask 3 to 5 people in your life, some close friends or family members, ask them what they think their strengths are. I'm also going to link 2 different resources that you can use to help you figure out what your strengths are. And basically it's Clifton's Strength Finder 2.0. It's a really great book and resource that you can purchase. And then also there's a free online test that you can do as well to help you find your strengths. And then the most important thing, this is an exercise I found from Clifton's Strength Finders, and it's a formula for your strengths. Basically, a strength is your talent plus time investment. That's what a strength really is. So, a talent is basically something that you are naturally good at, something that's innate in you, something you're drawn to, something that is just natural to you, and you're skillful at it, whether you realize it or not. The next thing is time investment. Now, talent is having that natural ability, but you also have to remember that it's extremely important to commit time and dedication to one specific subject in order to turn it into a strength. Some of us are already doing this and we don't realize it. So it's just a process of remembering and kind of thinking about what we are really good at. And the next thing, of course, is to figure out what you're passionate about. what makes your soul sing? Like, what makes you so happy that you're like giggling inside, and when you're doing it, you just feel like, time like slows down, and there's no concept of time because you're just enjoying what you're doing so much. So it's really important to identify your passions, because this is also a factor that plays into your life purpose. If you're unsure what your passions are, here's a tip that you can use that really helped me discover my passion. And that basically is that a passion is something that you remember. It's not something that you discover. So look back to your childhood years. What is something that you really, really enjoyed doing? And is it something that you still enjoy now? And of course, lastly, dream big. If there were no limitations and you could do anything in the world, what would that one thing be? If there were no money fears, no restrictions, and you could just do anything, if all possibilities were open, what would you do with your life right now? This question is an eye-opener for most people, because when you really think about what makes you happy and what you're passionate about, without all the worries and the stress and the money problems, this is where the grit of everything is. This is where your life purpose lies. Now that we've answered a few self-reflection questions, it's time to combine these answers and turn them into a life purpose statement. A life purpose statement just makes everything clear and concise and easier for you to follow. Basically, I've laid out 5 different steps for you to combine to create one single sentence, which will be your life purpose statement. So the first thing you want to do is to list 2 unique personal qualities. Some examples of this can be being creative, being enthusiastic, being intelligent. What are 2 personal unique qualities that only you have? Number 2, list 2 ways you enjoy expressing those qualities with others. Some examples are inspiring others, empowering others. Number 3, list your top 2 passions. It could be anything like writing or dancing or singing or self-development. And number 4, list your top 2 strengths. We already went over this exercise earlier, but we just want to write it down. So for example, it could be something like adaptability and connectedness. And number 5, list 2 worldly problems that are extremely important to you. So something that's really important and dear to me is mental health and education. Now that we've completed numbers 1 through 5, we're just going to combine these answers and turn them into a sentence. So for example, my life purpose is to use creativity and knowledge to inspire, uplift, and empower others to master their mental health and reach their fullest potential so that they can create their dream life. Another really great example: to use my intelligence, charisma, and serial optimism to cultivate self-worth and net worth of women around the world. So those are a few life purpose statements that you can model after. Basically, once you have your life purpose, you want to begin taking action towards that life purpose and trying to obtain that goal. When you have a life purpose, you have more meaning in your life and you have more direction. You won't be confused or stuck or feeling lost anymore. And you always have this life purpose statement to refer back to when you do feel stuck or lost or confused. So guys, hopefully that was really helpful for you guys. This is one of those life-changing exercises that I did. It dramatically changed my life, and I really do hope that it's something that will help you guys as well and help you give a sense of direction on what to do next. So thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to subscribe to find more videos on mindset and success.